Dea Suki. Dea, are you a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, so she is a senior and at Sydney High School. She's one of our exchange students, and she is from the country of Indonesia. So she is here to present because it is International Education Week. And she had emailed and asked if she could do a presentation, and I was very excited to have her come in today. So let's give her a nice round of applause. Oh, let me present this, I think. No. Do you know how it works? Do you have to hit a present button? You're good? Okay, all right. They're all yours.
So, hello everyone. I'm very nervous. So, this week we celebrate International Education Week. It's like a way for us, it's an opportunity for us as an exchange student to present our culture and to letting you guys know about the beautiful of my country. So, I'm here from the program called YES program. So, the YES program is called Canadian Lugar Youth Exchange and Study. So it's basically like a full scholarship provided by the US Department of State. So we got a full scholarship in here. We study in here our aim is to bridge mutual understanding between countries, because my country is has the most Muslim significant population in there. So we come in here to share the culture and to build understanding between countries. Here's the picture for our journey as an exchange student. We passed a lot of selection for about a year, and we do a lot of stuff to come and get here. And this is my main point, Indonesia. So I'll present about Indonesia. So do you guys know where is Indonesia is?
Isn't it south of China?
That's fine.
Isn't it right above Australia?
That's above Australia. Yeah, that's correct.
That is south of
So
China.
Indonesia. So this is the world map. So this is Australia, and that's Indonesia. In there, that's Indonesia. So our capital city is called Jakarta. From my province to Jakarta, took for about 3 or 4 hours of plane or flight, and it's pretty far. So I'm from Nusa Tenggara province, one of the provinces in Indonesia. So in Indonesia we have 34 province, and Indonesia is a democratic country, and our government system is presidential, which is, as you guys can see in there, that's our president, Joko Widodo, and our vice president, Kiai Haji Ma'ruf Amin. And our form of government is a republic. So people usually call Indonesia is a republic of Indonesia. What's Indonesia currency? Indonesia currency called rupiah. I also bring some rupiah in here. So this is the 100,000 rupiahs. It's like $40, $40 or $50. This is 5,000 rupiahs, and 1,000 rupiahs, and 50,000 rupiahs. I'm not bringing all of this because I already exchanged the currency from Indonesia to here, so it's just something left. And we have a type of different color for each type of different money, and also this is there's our hero that put on the money, and the next one is further information about Indonesia. So our Independence Day, it's on 17 August, and our national anthem is Indonesia Raya, or Glory of Indonesia. And we have total area for about 3,205 million, and the percentage of our land is 20 9%, and the percentage of the water is 71%. And we have a lot of percentage of water. That's why Indonesia is usually known as a maritime country, and we produce a lot of like seafood and stuff. And we also have a total population for about 273 million people. So we are the fourth most populous country after China, India, and the US.
Can we listen to the national anthem?
Okay, maybe after this, if we had a time. Yeah, let's learn and practice Indonesian language. So this is like a basic conversation that we use to do in Indonesia. So can you guys repeat after me?
Yep. We can.
So, if you want to say good morning, you guys can go selamat
Selamat
pagi.
pagi.
So good morning, it's selamat pagi. Yeah, and for short, you guys can go pagi, just like that. And good afternoon, selamat siang. And for short, you guys can just siang, just like that. Selamat malam. Good night. You guys can repeat it for me? Selamat malam. Malam. Just like that. Malam. Yeah. And for short, you guys can just use malam. Yeah. And if you guys want to say I love you to your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is, you guys can use aku cinta kamu. Aku cinta kamu. Yeah. So aku is like I. Cinta is love, and kamu is you. Yeah, so aku cinta kamu is like I love you. And for thank you, we used to use this word, terima kasih. It's kind of hard because of the R. I know it's hard. Yeah, terima kasih. Yeah, it's like that. And in return, you can respond sama-sama. It's like that. Sama-sama. And for asking, you can use apa kabar or how are you?
Apa kabar?
Yeah, apa kabar? Okay. So if you guys like met someone, it's like what's up? Just like that. So apa kabar? And if you're good, you can say saya baik. But if you're not, you can say saya tidak. Tidak is no, means no. And the next one is what's. Do you guys know what's Indonesian national flag? Oh. So, this is my country's national flag. Red and white, like basic color. But it has a meaning. So, the red means courage. It like represent the spirit of our hero that fighting for the freedom, because my country has been colonized for a long time, and my country has been colonized from 6 different countries, and one of the countries is Britain, and if I'm not mistaken, it's Spain. And the worst part of the colonized is it's given from the Holland people or Netherlands. They colonized Indonesia for about 350 years. And Spain colonized us for about like 171 years. So it took a long time for us to fight to getting our freedom. And the white means purity. It represents the purity of the hero in the past, like they willingly sacrifice themselves and anything they have to like fight for the freedom, to give us the freedom that we have right now. Yeah, this is our national principle. And this one is like our symbol of the country, symbol of the national principle. Why do you use this called Garuda in Indonesia, but in here you guys can call eagles. SMS are Sydney Eagles. So we use eagles. It's like to represent the spirit. And why the eagle's wing is like open wide? It means like Indonesia still have to develop, they had a develop every year. And also in this shield, you guys can see some of the pictures. And this means the national. There's 5 pictures in here, and it's called Pancasila. Pancasila is a word that came from the old Java languages. Pancha means five, and sila means basic or foundation. So basically, Pancasila, it means like five foundation of the country. So this is like the foundation of our country. The star represent the belief in the one and only God. The chain represent a just and civilized humanity. The tree represent the unity of Indonesia. The bullhead represent the democracy led by the wisdom of the representative of the people. And the rice and the cotton represent the social justice for all of Indonesian people. And as you guys can see here, there's sentences that called Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. That's our like motto or slogan of our country. It means unity in diversity. So Bhinneka Tunggal Ika is the sentences or the word that came from the Japanese old language. So it's not Japanese, but Javanese with V. So it's like one of the provinces in Indonesia. So why our slogan is unity in diversity? It's because we had 1,340 tribes and 300 ethnics. We also have 17,508 islands, and we have 801 local languages, and we also have 6 official religion, which is Christian, Catholic, Hindu, Muslim, Buddha, and Confucian. So that's the 6th religion, and we also have more than 100 traditional religion. Oh, and by the way, for your information, our Muslim population in my country is like 87%. So there's a lot of Muslim population. And for the Hindu, it's only like 1.7%. So Hindu is like one of the like minority in my country. And we also had lots of culture and arts. And here's some of the tourism destination. The first one is Komodo Dragon National Park. Have you guys like ever heard about Komodo Dragon? We have that in our country. So this national park is located in Flores Island, which is in my province in East Nusa Tenggara. So people like to go there because they really curious and excited to see this like one of the types of big largest lizard that still exist until now. And also the Komodo has a like weight of approximately 200 kilograms, and also Komodo has a like length for about 4 to 10 meters. And in my country, Komodo is considered as like animals that protected by the government, because there are so many people try to hunt these creatures, like to take their skin and make like a thing for their personal collection. And this is Pink Beach. The next one is Pink Beach. So it's called Pink Beach because, as you guys can see, the sand is like has a pink color in it. It placed in the same place as the Komodo Dragon National Park. It's on Flores Island too. So Pink Beach is not really famous because, and also because it's not really that famous, it makes people like not really coming there. So their environment is still like safe from the trash or something like that. So it's still like safe, and so like their nature is so protected. And there's no exact reason why the sand in here is like pink, but some of the native people like they said that it's because like there's a pink coral that died, so their like body is like broken into pieces and it's combined with the sand, so it's like making the sand is like look pink. And the next one is Mount Bromo or Bromo Mountain. This is considered as one of the sacred mountain in Indonesia, and almost every year there are the native people who living in near the Bromo Mountain. So Bromo Mountain placed in East Java. So many people in East Java, especially the native who live near the Mount Bromo, they used to hold some like ceremony, like to appreciate or like to feed the invisible like thing or creatures that they believe will like protect the Bromo. So they usually held the ceremony in the temple in the foot of the mountain. So they feed them. And this is like just kind of the faith that they have. So not all of the people, but only the native people who like think that way. And that ceremony called casado. So they just like feed them and something. So many people like to go to Bromo because the view is very, very beautiful, especially when it's sunrise or sunset. And this is the sunset that I got. And it's just so beautiful and like it's attract many people to come there. And this one, the last one is called Raja Ampat. It placed in West Papua, one of the provinces in Indonesia. So Raja Ampat is also usually called as a heaven, a hidden heaven in Indonesia, because they like Raja Ampat is very, very famous, one of the famous tourist attraction, and this is kind of like a favorite spot for the divers to do diving and see the creatures in the sea, and also they can like diving, they can like see all of the beautiful view in here. For the next one, I have traditional musical instrument. Yeah, it's called, the first one is sasando. It came from a province. So what I wear today, it's called, I can explain it later, but this is from my province, not province, like a district called Rote. So this is like a traditional clothes, but I modified it into like a dress. It's actually not look like this, but I modified it because the traditional one, it's kind of hard to like putting up in. So this one, it's called bola molik. It's like a moon. So bolam is like it means moon, and molik is like it means like light. So it's like the moon who like shining. So sasando is also came from Rote, which is the district that the clothes that I wear. So sasando made from the like nature stuff. So for example, the body of sasando, it makes from the bamboo. And this thing that covered the sasando, it made from the palm leaves. So the function of this thing is to like maintain the resonance and maintain the like vibration of the sasando. And sasando came from the word sasandu, which means vibrating. So it's kind of like a guitar when you play it, but it's not really a guitar. So guitar, when you play guitar, you play like this, but when you play sasando, you put it like straight. And it's not really hard to learn sasando. I learned sasando like only took 3 months for me to play it, but it's pretty hard because the string, by the way, made from nylon rope, and it's kind of hard to see the string and to see the chord because the string is like so close into each other, and you have to see it like clearly where is the position. So it's kind of hard for me to learn it. And this one is gamelan. It's like a traditional musical instrument too. It usually people play it in like a ceremonial ceremony event or traditional event that they held, and they're using this as a back sound of it. And gamelan also came from the word gamel, which is beat or hitting. That's why like it represents how you play it, like you hit the like thing in there. So this, welcome to Indonesian art. Oh, we have wayang in here. I don't know if you guys can see the, yeah, that's wayang. It's just not appeared yet. This is like a traditional form of puppet theater play originating from the Indonesian island of Java. So basically the story that they like told from this like wayang show is like a old story from the Java. So they're talking about the king, the queen, or like some kingdom that they have in the past. So they believe like that. And as you guys can like remembering the gamelan before, yeah, they usually use gamelan to like using that's the back sound for this show, this wayang show. And the next one I have Tenun. This one is called Tenun. This is Tenun, and this is like the original one of Tenun. So this is like an artful Indonesian technique of making fabric by weaving different colors of threads. And the unique things about Tenun is the colors. It came from the nature. So they take the colors from the roots, the like seed of the areca nuts, and also some of them took by the leaves for making the like color, and they weaving it, and to make this Tenun, it took like 4 months until 1 year, because the process for making it took long time, and that's why in making Tenun, it's one of the expensive thing that Indonesian have, expensive parts that Indonesia have. And this one is batik. Batik is a traditional Indonesian illustrated cloth which is specially made by writing or applying the malam on the cloth, then processing it in a certain way that has its own characteristic. So malam is like the thing that they use to make a sketch for the patterns of the batik. And also each batik has their own patterns and has their own meanings. So you guys can see this look like a wings. So it means like a bird, or it represents a bird, or the like in nature. And batik is like one of the famous like thing or arts that Indonesia has. And also we have a traditional food. This is the famous food that Indonesia has, and it's also considered as Indonesian national dishes. And they usually use beef to make this rendang because, as I said, there are many Muslim people in my country and they cannot eat pork because based from their like rules of their religion, they cannot eat pork. So that's why they usually need beef. Most of the people make rendang by beef, and it cooked with a low temperature, so with a long time, using various spices like spices and coconut milk. And then the cooking process, it took usually like about an hour. And also this one is jagung bose. It's like a unique processed corn in the form of grits, which containing a mixture of sei meat, and it's usually eaten with a grilled fish instead of rice. So as a nation, we eat rice a lot. So rice is our primary thing that we eat. But sometimes in my province, if there's no rice or we lack of rice, we usually eat that jagung bose because it's like replacing the carbohydrate that given from the rice. And also, as you guys can see, a mixture of sei meat. So sei meat is like a pork that they like burning it, and they put some like seasoning in it. So it's very, very good. But these dishes or this sei cannot be eaten by the Muslim. So it's only because my province is one of the province that the majority people in it is a Christian. That's why many people like this like dishes a lot. Especially there's a sei meat in it. And this one is tumpang. It's an Indonesia cone-shaped rice dish with side dishes of vegetables and meat originating from Japanese cuisine of Indonesia. So this tumpang is usually made at like a celebration, like especially, for example, like the Muslim people, they have a religion thing called Ramadan. They used to fasting in there, and after fasting, they usually make a tumpang and eat it. So it's like a dishes that made only for like an important event. If there's like a traditional event or Ramadan or something like that, then they make tumpang. And tumpang is like one